Well, a very good afternoon to our SABC 1 viewers. You are watching SABC News Channel 404. We're coming to you live from the IEC's National Results Operations Center here in Tshwane. I'm Unati Pakyasha, and this is SA Today. Well, we're continuing to unpack just what we are seeing happening here in Pretoria in terms of those numbers, those final municipal numbers at 99% of the votes now counted. In less than 1.5 hours' time, President Cyril Ramaphosa will be addressing the nation. Of course, also the IEC announcing the results this evening at around 6 o'clock. Well, I am in conversations with my analysts as well as SABC journalists who are on the ground. Let's, in fact, continue unpacking the final numbers of the hung councils in the Western Cape and also look at where potential coalitions may form. Our reporter in the Western Cape, Lulama Dlephu, is standing by. I've also got reporter Crisalda Lewis, who is in Soweto, and we'll go to her in a moment. But let's start in the Western Cape with Lulama. Lulama, what's the very latest happening there now?
Yes, good afternoon, Unati. In the Western Cape, there are 16 hung municipalities. They are Matsikama, Cedarburg, Saldanha Bay, Witzenberg, The Waterskloof, Langeberg, Cape Agulhas, Laingsburg, Beaufort West, Kanaland, Bitou, Knysna, Oudtshoorn, Prince Albert, George, and the Brede Valley municipalities. Unati, about 12 of these municipalities, the DA has got many of the votes. ANC in 3 municipalities has got many of the votes, and ICOSA in 1 municipality has got many of the votes. So it's about those 3 political parties that are going to sit down and negotiate coalition governments. And Unati, if we're looking at the history of coalition government in the country, it started here, local government in the Western Cape in 2006, when the DA failed to win the city of Cape Town with outright majority. They got votes, but they were under 50% at the time, and they formed a coalition government with a number of smaller political parties. That coalition government, Unati, was a rocky one. I remember sometime the ACDP, which was part of it, pulled out. Patricia de Lille, who's now the leader of the Good Party, at the time he was the leader of the ID. She went into the coalition and became the mayor of the city of Cape Town. And later the DA won with majority in 2016. So this history of coalition government, it's not something that is new in the country. It has been going on for the past 15 years, having started here in Cape Town. But I think, Unati, it's important to highlight that this time around, I don't think it's going to be easy as it has been in the past, because those political parties who see themselves as kingmakers in these municipalities are now, for once in a while, coming up with various demands. It's not like now in the past whereby they would want to be part of the council and support the governing party in passing budgets. They now want some of them actually, not all, I must say, some want a key position within the council. They want to play key roles within the council. And Unati, in these negotiations for coalition governments, other political parties are up front. For instance, the Freedom Front Plus in the province was saying that they have identified about 6 municipalities where they think that they will be kingmakers. But they are clear that they don't want to work with the ANC. They don't want to work with the EFF. They are willing to work with the DA. But at the same time, that working relationship, they're saying that it must be a solid one, and it must be a solid relationship that is going to be a springboard towards 2024 general election. When I spoke, for instance, to some analysts around analyzing the situation, one researcher, Unati, was saying that an ideal coalition government must be between the ANC and the DA. These two big major parties, when they are negotiating, they shouldn't go to smaller parties to form a coalition government. They must talk among each other and form a coalition government, because he believes that, the researcher believes that that coalition government stands a chance of being solid, of being in control until the next local government election. Unlike if maybe one of them, they approach smaller political parties. So this journey towards the swearing in of councillors and the establishment of the councils, I think it's going to be this time around interesting, because it's not as easy as it was before. We will see how it goes. Unati.
It's not as easy as it was before, certainly, Lulama Dlephu. I do agree with you there, Lulama. Of course, just giving us a colorful picture of what we are looking at possibly in the Western Cape as it relates to coalition, parties.